Welcome to Inside SAA, the new sports show highlighting happenings in the world of the Schaumburg Athletic Association, with your hosts Bridget Minogue and Rob Kay.
Hello, Schaumburg, and welcome to this month's edition of Inside SAA, the show that brings you all the information you need to know about all the sports in the Schaumburg Athletic Association. I'm one of your co-hosts, Rob Kay.
And I'm Bridget Minogue. We're coming to you this month from inside the Schaumburg Sports Center, where the SAA girls softball teams are getting ready to hold a clinic for their players. We'll show you a little bit of what they're working on to sharpen their skills for the season coming up. But first, let's start with baseball. Our season got off to a great start on Saturday, March 24th, when baseball held its first in a long time skills clinic. More than 200 ball players took part in the event, which was led by instructors from 3D Performance, Diamond Instinct, Drive Performance, the Schaumburg Boomers, as well as a number of independent trainers. The players ran through a series of stations to get their arms loosened up, and they also picked up a few specific techniques. Thanks to everyone, including the volunteers who made this event so great. In the meantime, teams are all put together and practicing. Upcoming important dates include the Coaches Clinic on April 15th at Harper College and Picture Day on April 28th, which is also opening day for all teams.
Turning to cheer, the SAA Cheerleading and Palms board and managers are busy finalizing plans for the 2012 season. Expect calls and emails shortly regarding parent meetings, which will be held the last week in April. Fundraising information, practice times, and other team-specific information will be provided at this time. And also, SAA Cheerleading and Palms is very excited to announce a senior cheerleading division for the 2012 season. This division will be open to all freshman through senior high school age participants who are not currently on a high school team. The squad will have unique uniforms, professional choreography, and a professional tumbling clinic, much different than the K through 8th grade program. Registration will open on May 1st online via the SAA website and continue through June. For additional information, please send an email to cheer@saa-online.com.
The rec spring soccer season is already underway. The first games were held the weekend of March 31st and April 1st on the fields at Atcher Park, which included all new goals for every field thanks to the Schaumburg Park District. On March 19th and 20th, training clinics were held for all of the soccer coaches. The 118 coaches who attended the clinics received the best training available from some of the leading instructors in the nation. The goal, as always, is to boost the level of coaching in our program, resulting in better experiences for all of the players. A big thanks to all of the children, all of our coaches, and the mock team players who ran, kicked, and pumped up their parents for the upcoming season. Finally, our rec soccer website has been updated for the new spring 2012 season. It is chock full of information for players and parents, coaches, and referees as well.
Now, besides the in-house soccer, for those players who are looking for a more competitive level of soccer, we have a terrific travel soccer program in Schaumburg.
That's right, we do, and here to tell us all about it is the head SAA Travel Commissioner, Frank Manessi. Now, this group is also known as Schaumburg FC, right?
That's correct.
Now, for those of us, including myself, who don't know Schaumburg FC, what does that stand for?
It stands for Schaumburg Football Club. We went with professional coaches this year, so we decided to change the name to make the club sound more professional.
So this year you had professionals, or this season, before you used to have parent volunteers?
Yeah, parent volunteers coaching the kids, getting licensed. I mean, they were licensed, e-licensed coaches or parents, but we decided to go with more professional coaches to run the teams.
Now, you were talking about tryouts are coming up also pretty soon?
Tryouts are coming up middle of May for the high school girls. It'll be May 19th. Times are up on the website. Under 14 and below is going to be, for the girls, is going to be the 4th of June, and for the boys, the 5th of June. High school boys will be after the season, middle of June. That information will be up on the website as soon as possible.
So the tryouts, how involved is this travel program? If someone's thinking about trying out, one of their kids is interested in it, what kind of commitment level does this kind of league require?
Well, practices are twice a week for an hour and a half each time. Games are typically on the weekends. They do spill over into the week if it rains, if we make up all of our games.
It's a decent commitment compared to if you're used to just Schaumburg rec soccer. It's a little bit more intense.
It's a little more intense. Practices are longer, the work is a little bit harder, and there's more games, there's more time involved in it.
Where are some of the places you're going to be traveling?
Mostly around the area. The younger kids will go up to Libertyville, they'll go out to Rockford, they'll go to the lakefront, they'll go down to Wheaton. That's basically the perimeter for both the boys and the girls. Tournaments, the girls in the fall, they went out to Ohio, they went out to Memphis. The high school boys are going to be doing tournaments in Rockford as well as Madison, Wisconsin this summer. So
it's pretty extensive travel, up at the higher levels especially. You can have some fun travels.
Yeah, higher levels typically go away. The more the younger ones stay in the area.
All right.
And what kind of, you had experience before you got involved, you were a coach, how long have you been involved with SAA before you got to this level, this league, and this travel soccer program?
I've been involved with SAA for about 10 years. I was a rec coach, moved into a travel coach, to then the travel commissioner. I was a basketball coach. So I worked with the website. I do a lot of different things with SAA.
You're a poster child for what they want to emulate, right? If
That's
everybody
right.
would be. What can you tell us about, I lost my train of thought here, where it comes to playing on both leagues? Do kids play, if you say they can do rec and travels, or just one or none?
No, they're allowed to do both. We encourage them to play as much soccer as they want. What we recommend is that they come to travel practices and they definitely hit at least one of their rec practices as well, so that they get that exposure with both teams. So they have fun, they get to practice with their friends and play with their friends, and they get to play at the more competitive level as well.
I believe you're talking about also speed training, correct?
Yes, this spring we're offering speed training on Fridays with our director of coaching, Alex Pavone, who's going to be doing some speed and agility, get the kids to move around on the field a little bit better, feel more comfortable with themselves, increase their speed, increase their mobility, which will be very exciting for the younger kids especially, who are just growing into their bodies. So this will be a nice experience for them.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's going to be Friday nights. Registration is up on the website. It's going to be registration is going to be up until next Wednesday.
And you have a big event that's coming up that kind of culminates your spring season of SAA travel. What is that all about? It's called Soccer Fest.
It's our Soccer Fest. It's basically the kickoff to the season for the fall. And what we do is we host a tournament here at Olympic Park, and it's open to clubs and teams from all over the area, all over the country. We've had some international teams in the past as well. It's been growing every year. We started out our first year with maybe 200 teams. We went over 380 teams this past fall. It's continually growing. It's an exciting event. We get to use the turf fields. We actually have 15 fields at Olympic going. We have 3 fields over at Atcher Park going. Another 3 fields over at Conley Park going. So it's an event. We're running around all weekend, but it's a fun event. It's a great opportunity for the kids to play in a tournament in their backyard.
That's really neat. And you're attracting people from around the world and the country. That tells you that it's grown, and it's good. Is this run completely with all the volunteer help from SAA?
It's run from the club, the parent volunteers. The parents are required to volunteer a few hours of their time over the weekend. We have past members of the board, past players coming out and helping as well. So it's a good event, and it's good exposure for all the kids and for everybody to get involved on both ends of the playing as well as the working side of it.
That's awesome. And this is, how much of a cost is this included? Anything? Is this a separate registration that you would sign up for through your league or through if you're on a travel team already?
With our club, we already signed up for it. With other clubs, there's a registration fee. It ranges between $400 and $600, depending on the age group. Yeah.
Okay, so a big event coming up at the end of the summer, kicking off the fall season, Soccer Fest at Olympic Park at the end of August.
At the end of August. www.soccerfest.net. Come out, check it out, and we hope to see you out there this summer.
Great, thank you so much for coming and tell us all about it. Now time to talk some football. Online registration is open for both flag and tackle, and we're pleased to announce that the registration fees have stayed the same as they were last year. Equipment handout, walk-in registration, and the Big Ten sale will be coming up on Saturday, June 23rd at the SAA office. Please visit the SAA football website at saa-online.com for registration rates and details of the upcoming season.
Now remember, there are 2 different levels of the football program. The in-house flag, which is a great introduction to the game for the 5 to 9-year-olds, and also the tackle program, which is one of the most competitive in the state. Finally, online coaching applications will be taken starting April 12th. Coaches, get ready.
This month, Inside SAA would like to introduce a new segment called A View from the Bleachers, where we highlight a specific issue important to the SAA. This month, we highlight volunteers.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to A View from the Bleachers. The baseball skills clinic took place a couple of weeks ago. I knew that I was going to have to drop off my son and then go pick him up 90 minutes later, and that's not really enough time to do anything. So I called up Norma Rothers, who is running the skills clinic, and I said, Norma, If you need someone to help out, I'm available. I'll stick around. Put me to work. And she was more than glad to take me up on my offer. Now, besides having fun, I got a lot out of it. As a coach, I picked up a couple of really good drills that I'm going to be able to use for the practices coming up. I truly enjoyed watching the boys work hard and have fun playing baseball. But the last thing I noticed was the volunteers, the coaches and the parents who gave just a little bit of their time to make sure the boys had a great experience. Now, we all know that most volunteer organizations run on the backs of a few really dedicated people. But I think most organizations aren't like the SAA. I'm not going to lie, it's work and effort. But the difference here is that there's a reward for helping out that doesn't exist almost anywhere else. The reward is seeing the joy on the faces of the boys and girls who get to go out and play a sport that they truly love, making friends, laughing and having fun, making a memory that they're going to keep with them for a lifetime, achieving something wonderful that without all of us, they would never have had the chance to do. And when you're done volunteering, you get to know that you were there and you had a part in making it happen. Trust me, it's a good feeling. So, Norma asked me to extend an invitation to everyone out there, parents, family, loved ones, friends. If you see something that needs to be done, raise your hand, step up, offer to help. I guarantee you that we have some skill or talent that we can find in you that's at your fingertips that'll help make the SAA experience better for the ones we care about the most, our kids. Are you an artist? Well, we need someone to line the fields. You have no idea how difficult it is to get those lines straight. Are you good at marketing? We always need someone to help us get the word out about all the great things we're doing in the SAA. How about this? Are you organized? There are so many things you could do to lend us a hand to make this organization even run smoother than it already does. And the best part of it is, when you're done, you will know that you made a difference in the lives of these children. And what better reward could there be? So give us a call. I promise it'll be worth it. And that is a view from the bleachers. Thanks for listening. And now, back to Inside SAA. Now, with softball opening ceremonies just a month away on May 5th, the softball season's getting ready to go. We have with us special guest, the 18U girls softball travel coach, Frank Hill. Take it away, Frank.
Hi, we're all glad to be here. These are girls in front of me are members of the Slugger organization. We've been in existence since 1989. Our first year in travel, we placed third in a Chicago Metro tournament. By 91, we had placed first. In 96, along with the volunteers in the rec program, we hosted a softball game of All-Stars against the USA Olympic team that became gold medalists that year. In 2003, we fielded a team that went to Cuba and participated and competed against the Cuban Olympic team. It was a great experience for the girls. Also in 2003, we were runner-up national champions for the National Softball Association. In 2010, our organization was inducted into the NSA Hall of Fame. We're one of only 2 organizations in the Hall of Fame, and I'm one of only 2 coaches in the state that are part of the NSA Hall of Fame. Our mission for the girls is very simple. We want to create a love of the game. We want to develop their physical and mental skills, and we try to take the player as far as we possibly can in their softball growth. Our successes over the years have been over $2.5 million in college scholarships. We've had well over 30 girls participating in college ball. Several of them are still continuing. We have, of our current team, 8 people who now have scholarships, and we've had numerous national and state finishes. To continue, I'd like to ask each of the girls a question, and which will show better what the program is than I can. First of all, to Kim. You have a scholarship, and you're going to be playing ball next year at Creighton University. I'd like to know, Kim, what did the Sluggers do to move you from an average softball player to a scholarship athlete?
For me, it was mainly hard work and perseverance. We learned that even when you fail, you can still get what you want by hard work. A lot of it was mental. A lot of teams that I saw did not work on their mental game, and that was always their flaw. We always work extremely hard in the wintertime on our mental game. I think that's what gives us the edge over other travel teams in the area.
Thanks, Kim. Next is Sam. Sam is on our 12 and under team. She's been playing travel ball for a couple of years. And I want to ask Sam, you've worked pretty hard in your practices and training at 12, and some people say, well, it's just too hard and then it's no fun. I'd like you to answer the question, how has travel softball been fun for you, and what are some things you do that you think are fun in your games?
I like to do different drills during our practices that make me a better player. And there's this puke drill that we do, and you dive for the ball. You toss this ball pretty close to you, and you have to dive for it. And I think it really helps in the field when you need to field a close ground ball or one that's far away that you need to dive to get to. And I think it really helps a lot when you're playing.
Thanks. I like that drill too. I just want to say again, Kim is a varsity athlete at Conan High School right now.
Go Cougars.
Okay, on my far right is Alyssa. Alyssa is the varsity pitcher at Schaumburg High School. She's moved from when she was a 12 and under player from a startling 38 miles an hour pitcher to a varsity pitcher, and she has been recruited and she has a full scholarship at Creighton University for next year. Alyssa, at this time, I'm just wondering, you work real hard in what you do also, starting out as a 12-year-old pitcher. How did being in the Slugger program help you develop your talents and help you to realize your potential?
I would say that the Sluggers is basically the key reason why I've become the player I am today, mostly because they've always inspired me to live my dream and follow what I wanted to do, was always to play in college. I will never forget the day we played the national championship game in North Carolina, and I would say that just every practice we always work hard, and I would say just my coaches always helped me want to live my dream, so that's probably the reason why I'm who I am today.
Thank you very much, Alyssa. In fact, thanks all of you girls. We'd like to invite you all to come and watch one of our travel teams play at Olympic Park. We'll be there starting in June every Tuesday, and we'll be playing travel teams from other areas. We have a Slugfest tournament where we're going to have over 50 teams coming out to Schaumburg to compete. Our teams will be in that also, and we'll be in some of the local tournaments. We encourage you, if you're thinking about playing competitive ball, to try out. And it's been a pleasure working with these girls. I've been doing it now for 25 years, and it never gets old. Thank you for watching, and thanks to all the girls who have been part of our program.
Well, Coach, there's no doubt that a dedicated coach makes all the difference with the players, with their team, and it's obvious that you've really had an effect on these girls. Congratulations. Girls, good luck this year, especially in college. Thank you.
Well, that's all the time we have for this installment of Inside SAA. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Bridget Minogue. Of course, behind the camera, a big thank you to Dennis Best, Jared Schrader, and our esteemed leader, Mike Scherenhausen.
And of course, if you want any more information on any of the sports in the Schaumburg Athletic Association, just go to the website, saa-online.com. I'm Rob Kay, and on behalf of all the Inside SAA team, we'll see you on the field!